Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, I wanted to go over kind of an update of what's been going on lately. We just had another hotfix yesterday, and I was able to play last night for a little bit and actually complete the phase 1 of the Stanton missions. Now, hopping in here, if you go to your journal and you go down here to your mission status, you can actually see where they're at, and you can see that I completed them 6 of 6. Now, to get here was an absolute nightmare. It has taken me about 3 days to get there, and I did keep a tally. Out of the 6 that were complete, I failed 14. And by failed, I don't mean I actually failed them. I mean that they just didn't take. Like, the boxes would go down, it would say complete, and the complete mission would just never pop up. So if you're having a problem with this, my best advice to you guys is stick to the missions, wait till the missions pop up that are at the main stations like Obituary, Checkmate, things like that. If you wait for those main areas, I had them complete there pretty much 100% of the times. But those missions like Rat's Nest, things like that on the outskirts, I was finding they were failing there a lot more often. So just 2 cents for a while until they actually get it resolved. I think it's hilarious that they put out events and you can't even hardly complete them. I mean, it takes an act of God to complete these missions, right? So real fast, I want to jump over to, this latest post. I'm kind of a little bit behind on it due to work and stuff, but I want to share with you what they posted and kind of my opinions and thoughts about what's going on. They canceled the free fly. That's the big thing. And the main thing about them canceling the free fly is that we actually saw them do something. I mean, they did something, and that's pretty important. Very unlike CIG to do something like that. So anyways, let's jump over to that and let's talk about it. Okay, guys, so this post here was a couple of days old. It's already been covered by a lot of people already, but I just wanted to touch on it because there's something that I kind of wanted to show while going through it. Now, the big thing to note that you guys have probably already seen is that they decided to cancel the free fly for the Red Festival. I think it's a great thing. I think it shows that they're starting to listen. It only took, a couple of creators with millions and millions of, subs and followers and things like that to get this done. But hey, we got it done, and they did cancel it. The community, like I've said, I've seen this shift in the community for the last 3-4 months, ever since 323, 324, and it's just been continually gotten negative and negative and negative. And I've already started seeing, creators that are, pretty much steady on Star Citizen. I'm starting to see them shift to different games and stuff now, and it's just not a good sign at all. So I'm hoping that with all of these hot fixes, they start actually resolving it, because right now I haven't seen anything. For example, this elevator in the room, there's been hot fixes already. I personally, and this is just my opinion, my experience with the game since I've been playing it pretty good for the last 2 or 3 days, I haven't seen any improvements on it at all. The exact same things. I have to server hop constantly, and let me show you what I mean by that. This is what happens to me. So yeah, so you can see, I mean, there's nothing I can do. That whole session is kind of over. I'm going to have to server hop and find a new server till I find a server that actually has working elevators. And if you're a new player, you probably don't know that, so just keep that in mind. It's, the workaround citizen part of Star Citizen. This character in stowing and repair, I decided that this time, any in-game money and stuff like that, I wasn't going to buy any ships or anything like that, so I don't lose anything, because it's in a terrible state, and the last thing I want to do is, save up a little bit of money, buy an in-game ship, and lose it. So it's important to remember what state the game is in right now. Hangar woes, this quantum travel is a big one for me. During the, like I said, during the sessions of trying to do the event, I would like jump all the way across the system. It'd be like 7 minutes or something like that, a long time. I'd rather have freaking loading screens at this point. I don't know what CIG's obsession is with us sitting in quantum travel for an exponential amount of time, but it's so silly. It's so silly. There's not anything else for me to say about that. It's just silly. And then this is what I was talking about with keeping what you earn. This is a big one, guys. This is a big one. We're deep into, development on this, and man, there is nothing. This game is way too grindy to be trying to save up for somebody, especially as a new player. You save up in your little cutter, and you get that maybe prospector or vulture to log in on the next hotfix or update, and it's just gone, and hours of game time is gone, right? Because it takes a while to earn that money from a starter ship. But these are the additional fixes and stuff that have come through. But one thing that I wanted to do is kind of get to a different page here, right? I want to get over to this. So this is the update, the hotfix update central. Now, this is where they're posting like kind of like all the hotfixes, but you can see down here, this is the last one that went live, and it kind of tells you what they're doing. None of this is anything that I'm really having an issue with. When it comes to the fueling and stuff like that, really big issue, but I just decided to, like, I have a Zeus ES with a lot of fuel, and what I end up doing is just making like a run or two and then just refueling, because I can't tell how much fuel. I just know that the ES has an extended fuel tank and it'll make it. So 2 cents on the fuel side. If you have a ship, I just, to alleviate any worrying about that. Very immersive braking and things like that when you can't tell how much fuel is in your ship, but it does seem like they are working on it. One thing to note, guys, is I'm not sure how y'all's experience is, but I have not had any server crashes. Like, I haven't crashed not one time going into 4.0.1. Now, I've probably have, I'd say, a total of maybe like 6-7 hours of playtime, which is not a lot, but it was enough for me to get those missions done. However, I haven't had any crashes. I haven't had any screenshot simulator, which is really different. So it seems like on the, the server side, it seems like it's getting a little better. I've had some frame drops and stuff, but nothing that was making it unplayable, except for I think there's some place in Pyro that's really bad right now, and because of that, I'm not even going to head in that direction, right? We'll see. We'll go check out the planets again, maybe in a few more hotfixes. I wanted to do a video going through some of the planets. But let's jump over real fast to kind of get this out of the way. I really wanted to take a look at the issue council. So as we can see, we're going to go over here to the trending. We're going to make sure we're on trending. And so this right here is the one I wanted to touch on, this NVIDIA, this artifacts and issues. I've actually had a little bit of experience with this. In the Zeus, like some of the, like I get this artifacting around the ship, and what's really weird is it's not every time I log in, it's like server dependent or something. So just note that this is probably going to get fixed, or maybe it's just, change servers if it's really annoying you. It's not game breaking, but it's annoying. Elevators, and then we have elevators, and then we have the QT markers, and then we have the quantum fuel, and then the ever loving loading screen, right? Ever since this last, I think that was this hotfix before last, I haven't had an issue with the loading screen again. Before, I would sit on that loading screen for like 10 minutes before sometimes it would load in. But since the last two, even server hopping, I have not had that issue. I have, however, had a lot of like server queues, like getting in there and there's like 300 players waiting to queue in which case I just, again, server hop again. So there's kind of workarounds for this stuff. Not that that's a good thing, but again, Stanton elevators, hotfix. It's just, just loading. It's the same, like, these are the things, and it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, but these are game breaking things, because when, like I just showed in the video earlier, like when you load in the elevators, that's it. You can't get into your ship. You can't play the game. So these are like critical game bug breaking things for Star Citizen. But guys, that's really all I have for this update. If you're following along and wanting to know what Star Citizen state we are in, this is kind of it. I mean, I think we're going to be hotfixing after hotfixing after hotfixing. Given the title of the video, the thumbnail, I think this is what we're in for probably the. I don't see it getting a whole lot better for the month of February. I think they're really going to have to grind this out. There are a lot of small little, I call them small, but they're gigantic. You know, these little things with transit. I think they really need to hit that transit. I think if they could hit the quantum travel and the elevators and stuff, it would open up a playability for the game. I think we could, you know, get to a point where we could at least stay in the game longer and play and not have to server hop as much. I think it would help them out as well. So 2 cents on that. But guys, that's really all I have for you. Thanks for sticking around. Also, please, there is a post I put out on the community post on YouTube. If you would go vote on that, I think I asked last time and the votes doubled. I'm really trying to keep track of kind of what everybody's experience is. After like 65 votes or something like that, I'm looking at like 72% of people are having a lot worse time. I know people keep comparing this patch to 4.0 versus 3.18. God, I did not have this big of a problem in 3.18. I mean, there was a few weeks where I couldn't log in, but I had a few weeks where I couldn't log in 4.0 as well. So I guess neither here nor there when it comes to like playability, because I couldn't. Right now I'm in the game, but I still can't play. So this was a worse experience for me so far. Remember, guys, this is Star Citizen. Everybody has a different experience. I have people on our org who just go out and salvage and bedlog and stuff like that, and they're having an okay time. They're not really, you know, they fight some of the elevator issues, but they're not having, like, because of what they do in the game, they don't have as big of an issue as people who want to do different things. Like, they want to do cargo missions, and the missions don't finish, and they want to go do, you know, PvP, and then there's so much desync, or the mission markers don't show up, or you can't, you know, jump to the mission marker and things like that. So everybody's going to have a different experience depending on what they do, except for when it comes to just spawning in and getting on the elevators, right? But guys, thank you for the support. Thanks for the comments. Please keep letting me know how these things are going. Y'all's comments actually help. They help me when I'm doing these update videos, so I can tell how things are actually progressing, because one experience doesn't really help. I need, you know, helping with the experience of the community helps me get better updates out to you guys. So thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. And as always, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one.